This is a HeadGum podcast.
Summer's drawn to a close almost here. We're getting to that point where we're like, have we been on vacation too long? But we are still kicking back for another week, folks. And that's why we're bringing you this week our episode on Footloose, recorded live at the beautiful City Winery in Nashville, Tennessee.
Where there isn't a ban on dancing. I was mistaken when I got there, and I was telling everybody, you got to get out of here. You can't dance here. And they, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. It's Lithgow's world that happens.
Chris was actually arrested in Nashville for impeding dance, which is actually, ironically enough, that's the crime there. You're not even, dancing is so legal that to impede it is illegal.
Yeah, I threw Molotov cocktails into the ballet school, and they just got really angry at me, and I'm sorry. It's my fault.
What a weird thing to do.
So, as you can tell, we had a blast in Nashville, especially that ballet that exploded.
And yes, we also have a ton of great Patreon content on our Patreon feed. We got RoboCop on the We Love Movies $5 level. For $3, you get the Dilbert cartoon episode. We got an amazing The Wrong Roommate, once in a lifetime at the $10 level. A Christmas themed Beverly Hills 90210 episode, which is wild.
Oh yeah, it's really crazy. And folks, you cannot let these values pass you by.
You cannot. For $10, you get 550 hours and some a lot less those other ones, but it's an amazing value. FYI, can I break real news here? Because since we're all friends, we're all friends here.
Yeah.
Do it, dude.
And this November, not this December, will be We Love Movies month. We're doing a scheduling change. We want to let you folks know in advance, because I know you guys like to, plan around this stuff.
That's right. John in the back room does not want to move up We Love Movies month to November, but we're going to do it for you anyway right now, folks.
We don't care if we go to jail.
Yeah, we want to have some more Christmas. Speaking of the Beverly Hills 90210 episode, which is available now in August, we want to have some Christmas content for you in December, which we almost never do because we're doing really good stuff. So that's kind of the reason for that change. And we've got a lot of really cool titles coming your way for free on this November.
That's right, Steve. And just, we're talking about all these offerings in August, but of course, as folks know, the We Hate Movies Patreon is a year-round thing, and we got some really cool stuff coming your way for season 13. So keep that in mind, folks. We are out here. John in the back room's getting really upset. We're offering all this information up front. He is going to have me arrested. Don't you worry about it.
Oh, man, he'll definitely kill you to let you know that if I let you know that the Patreon WLM month, we're going to do a WHM on the Patreon during that month. John told me not to tell you.
Oh, no, John's going to be so mad. You're not supposed to tell anybody that information. John is going to be so upset.
John's going to put us in jail with Kevin Bacon, who has been dancing like a maniac in the town where it's illegal, in Footloose.
That is right, Chris Cabin. So as our summer vacation is starting to wind down here, we are going to get ready to get back into the studio and start production on season 13 of We Hate Movies. But until then, please enjoy this episode on Footloose live from the beautiful City Winery in Nashville, Tennessee.
Steve's shaking up the beer for everyone.
Nashville, what is happening?
Oh, hi there. Loose.
Oh, there
Footloose.
We go. Perfect.
It's the erotic thriller sweeping the nation.
What the fuck movie did you watch?
The one about the loose feet.
The good news is...
Oh, man, wait.
Well, like a loose footsie, like someone's under the table going you ever get one of those?
Sick.
I never have.
You'll never wear shoes again. Footloose.
He's chopping off ladies' feet.
If the show gets a little like kind of dicey, just play that song again in full. Because they do that 3 times in the movie, so
That's right. We got to fill the quota tonight. We paid for it.
Yeah, you don't want that payoff at the end. You just want them to be very familiar with the song by the time it bursts out at the end. It's a good one.
Oh boy, Nashville, how you doing this evening?
Everybody.
I like that. I like that. This has been great. This is night 3 of our down south road trip. So thanks for coming out tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for doing your part to save fucking humanity and getting vaccinated. That's very cool
That's a
of
good
you.
one.
Very cool of you to do. Such an easy thing if you
stuff.
can even fucking stand it. So we've been shaking it off the last couple of weeks here, and I think finally, in preparation for seeing all of you this evening, we might just be ready to go. What do you think?
okay.
Let's give it a shot.
Sure.
You good?
Yeah, let's do
Should we
it.
play fucking Footloose?
Yeah, do I have to-
No, but I want to play footsie instead. Man, that felt good. I had never done it,
Yeah.
but it's
mean-
like really kind of nice.
You always struck me as more of a heaven help the man type person.
What is that?
That's the other song that Kenny Loggins.
I thought that was like, is that Handsy? Is that what Handsy's called?
Steve,
Yes, Eric, that's
Steve
what it
just looked across to me like, where is this going? What's he talking about?
You guys are okay with that discussion, right?
Yeah.
I didn't say hands help the man. I said heaven help the man.
Got it.
Welcome back to Loggins Chat.
Yes.
It's got to be log jam, right?
Log jamming.
Yeah. Welcome back to the log jam.
That's what they should call his inevitable Sirius channel, is the Log Jam.
Yes.
You're tuning into the Log Jam. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Cool. My name is Andrew Jupin,
I'm Chris Cabin.
Eric Siska.
Steven Sadak.
and we are We Hate Movies from New York fucking City. Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing this evening? All right. The motion picture in question, as you may have guessed, is Footloose, from 1984, directed by Herbert Ross, director of previous episode, Undercover Blues.
Better known,
Crickets. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
better known for classics like The Last of Sheila, Pennies from Heaven, and the Michael J. Fox movie, The Secret of Banging.
Yeah, I think that the alternate title for that movie is Fucking My Way to the Top.
Yeah.
Secret of My Success, I think.
Yes,
is the name
that's
of
the
that
one.
movie.
Yeah.
there it is,
Michael
there
J.
it is.
Fox plays a little slut.
Oh, no, you know what he is in that, Eric.
What?
He's a granny sugar!
Ooh, nice. It's good work if you can get it.
Are you telling me I'm banging 60-year-old broads in this movie?
Great Scott.
We gotta
Marty, you gotta keep on doing it!
Marty, I didn't shoot yet. You got to keep going. I like to
getting
watch.
nothing.
I'm watching in the corner.
When this cock ring hates 88 miles per hour.
Oh, there it is.
Apologies. That's
Took that one right over the finish line. Steve, if you had to distill this movie down to its sexy essence, what is this movie about?
It's about a stone cold fox that comes to town, to a crappy backwoods town that has outlawed dancing.
Straight up outlawed it, folks. Death penalty if caught sashaying, I think.
You know, I am watching my weight, but I'd be eating this bacon all up if I had it to myself. This motherfucker, man.
Dude, it's some thick cut slab on this guy. A 1984 Kevin Bacon. Whoa.
There was there was a producer that wasn't sure he was sexy enough. And then he had screen tests yeah, I guess he's sexy.
Well, who is he demanding? Steve Guttenberg?
Maybe, or a Tom Cruise type,
They did want Tom Cruise. He was unavailable.
And then they wanted Daryl Hannah for Ariel, so they got Daryl Hannah's clone, Lori Singer.
Singer, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Which it's funny because she would have played a character named Ariel, and she left this movie to go star in Splash. Also a mermaid, folks. That's what that jump was there. And that was a real A to F connection. Yeah, he's like a little turd from Chicago. We kind of feel, they don't tell you what's going on in the movie, kind of feel like he and his mother are running away from the father who's got mafia problems.
Yeah, or the cartel is involved. It's just they never say it. Like they're always staying at this weird crooked uncle's house, and you never know why. But it's always just like, Ren, keep your head down in school.
And every time a car drives by the front window, go like that.
We're from the Gambina family. No, shit.
Here's a question I want to put out to the three of you. The opening sequence of this movie, like the credit sequence, Quentin Tarantino's favorite film opening of all time?
No. That's Life in a Cage, man. Let them out. Free them from the shoes and the socks.
Right, yeah. You need
Too many shoes here, man.
Barefoot could have been like the sequel. Right?
Yeah, there's a lot of dude feet. There's only a few like strappy high heels. Yeah. Only a few in the opening.
They're covered up with stockings, though. What a tease!
I mean, Kenny Loggins has got solid gold shoes in this dancing sequence we were finding out. That's doing it for someone, I feel.
Oh, for sure. Doing it for me.
Yeah, like, when we were talking about footsie earlier, imagine a solid gold footsie. Like, a guy with gold shoes. Because those precious metals get a little slippery.
So you want to, like, play footsie with, like, fucking Kanye West or something?
Oh, no, gold shoes. You're playing for keeps with this footsie game.
That's right, Mr. Bond. I'm going to rub your foot till there's nothing left. Tickle, 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 tickle.
Gold shoes!
It all works.
You're giving me a blister. That's mad. It's bloody mad.
So his name is Ren, which is something.
I need to know what it is. I need to see the full one, because I thought Renton at first, Renly, but I've settled on Renfield.
A descendant from Dracula's little slave guy there?
Yeah, because, I believe the Mafia one, Cartel, that makes sense, but also Dracula being the father of this young so-and-so. I can believe it. I can see it, you know.
You've got to stop dancing. It's driving me batty. Get out of here.
Well, he does have the supernatural charm of a Dracula, right? Like, because he looks at Ariel in church and he just goes like,
"Oh yeah."
It's pretty great.
One of those.
To be footloose, you have to be double jointed and Hungarian.
No, Dad, I'm not going to ask everybody if I can come inside. I'm just going to walk inside, okay? God damn it.
You're a disgrace to this family.
That music sucks.
So I like that in this Dracula lore, he can go inside, but he just asks, because he's a nice guy.
He's Dracula, the world's most polite vampire.
We are a family. We should go in together.
I don't mean to be rude, but can I come in?
So this movie, after the foot fetish montage, we're introduced to John Lithgow. He's playing this like fascist preacher in this movie. And he's given the old song and dance about like dancing leads to smoking, smoking leads to more sexier dancing, and that sexier dancing leads to pornography addiction, and the next thing you know, the town's flushed down the toilet.
And also car accidents.
Yes.
Dancing leads to car accidents.
So what happened there? So like his son, it's his son that perished?
The oldest son. The eldest son, yeah.
Fiery wreck?
Yes,
fiery wreck, dude.
And he was dancing while driving? I mean, that's the
No,
problem.
see, that's the thing, right? Because it's so easy to blame dancing in rock and roll when it was good old-fashioned drunk driving.
Well, exactly. And there are laws against that already. Good ones.
You say that, but the detective on the scene said this guy was mid-lambada when this was happening, okay?
Wait. The feet are still warm.
Yep.
Yeah, he was dancing. He was dancing in the car.
That's classic. This is classic jitterbug.
Found Sunday shoes on her, Jack. Gross.
This looks like a merengue to me.
I do love, but you're right, he's a fascist preacher, but the movie would have you believe he's a fascist preacher with a heart of gold. Because at the end, like, he turns into the good
Well, because
guy.
they're playing both sides. It was 84. Fascism was in vogue.
It's true.
Man, it is cool how trends repeat themselves, is it not?
Fascist leader, heart of gold, and abusive to his daughter, so he's really all the package.
Yes,
right in one. Surprise, Progresso wants to pay this sicko.
Yeah.
soup!
I've had too much Progresso soup. Now I have to take a Progresso poop. They should sell those.
Campbell's is outlawed here.
Oh, definitely, dude. Yeah, so like they're kind of talking with Kevin Bacon outside, like welcome to the church, yada yada. What is he busting his balls about? And someone has to be like they've literally been in town for 8 hours. What is it?
I don't know.
John Lithgow's like if you checked out, like the local library or some shit.
Yeah, we're burning books there later. It's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, get ready for the book burning in this movie. That's quite something.
I think he's asking to get prayer circles and just, like those things, like a prayer can. I don't know what the thing.
Sunday school?
There you go. There you
Sure.
go. Something like that. I think that's what it is.
Got it.
And then, his sexy daughter is like, hey, Dad, mind if I go take a ride and almost kill myself?
This girl.
It's a great way to get decapitated, what she's trying to... Like, if your goal is to be decapitated,
Sure.
do what this girl does.
Decapitate? Really? I would think the guillotine's the best way to do this. This is the best way to get obliterated. Yeah. There's nothing left of her if this truck goes right through.
It would be a
girl's-
nice split down the middle. Why didn't they ever
Yeah.
do that? There's so many fancy executions governments and people have come up with. Why don't we just cut someone straight in half in the middle? I guess magicians took that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't mess with that guild, dude.
Yeah.
They're all
You
unioned
can't
up
tell
and
the
whatnot.
secrets of cutting someone in half.
I was somebody like in the maintenance department was like, I'm not cleaning that up. Could you just fucking cut the head off, please?
There's
That's
got to
just-
be a drain in this floor. I can't be mopping all this up. It's going to take days.
I don't know, man. I think if Jigsaw was appointed leader of the Department of Corrections or some shit, then you'd get what you're looking for, Eric. But not until then.
Yeah, and the only way to prevent that, ladies and gentlemen, get out and vote, okay?
Because Jigsaw became leader of the free world so quickly we didn't even notice.
Slipped right in there.
Hello, Germany. Want to play a game? Stupid. No, Lithgow's daughter, this Ariel, she really wants out of this mortal coil, man. This is the first of 2 clear suicide attempts in this movie. Because we're doing the old, driving along the country road in the pickup truck and all that shit. And then, this other dude comes along, and this is, what's his name? Chuck. Here's my boyfriend, Truck Chuck. There it is. And they do this, we're going to ride side by side. You saw it in the trailer. And she's doing, Quentin Tarantino Presents Death Wish, speaking of QT. Just, hanging between these 2 cars, dumb shit. This is why you should be dancing.
Yes.
Because then you that's your release for all those kinds of emotions and urges and all that shit. If you can't dance, you're fucking straddling 2 trucks the next thing you know.
Straight to death proof. Huh? Straddling 2 trucks. I saw JCVD did that once in a commercial.
Beautiful.
It looked very, very
Beautiful
sexy.
form.
Oh, my God.
The problem, we'll talk about the editing in this movie. This, it's literally, the truck is maybe 50 feet from the cars when this happens. And they edit, and she says, slip in. I just magically get in here. She's not a skid mark.
You gotta,
Surprise.
if you're the friends, you gotta be like, you're not allowed to ride with us anymore, okay?
Yep.
I don't need that on my conscience. I don't need that on my fucking record. I'd like to go to college next year. I'd like to not be in prison.
Ariel, here's the thing. You're not getting a ride anymore for 2 reasons. One, whenever we pick you up for school, we always have to sit outside honking the horn for 15 minutes. Very annoying. Also, the whole death wish thing, it's just, my insurance is not...
This always happens, right? You got the older sibling does something the younger one wants to do it to, die in a car wreck.
No, I would love to play hopscotch on the 3rd rail. I would love to do that. That sounds
But
great.
Mom, he died in a wreck.
Fine, Jimmy gets to go out Hereditary style, and I don't.
Yeah.
I get it.
I don't know. Just finish your meal, and we'll see if you can die in a car wreck.
All of a sudden, you become responsible parents.
These grades are very low. Someone's not going to die.
Be average for suicide.
Yeah, no.
So then, again, because the editing in this movie is horrible, magically it's fucking nighttime. We are still on this drive, and they pull into an American Graffiti-esque, drive-through food place where the movie kind of hints that this is a musical, but then totally abandons that idea immediately because Ariel gets out of the car. She turns on a very tiny, tiny little cassette deck and starts playing tunes, and you hear the music getting like piped out in places where it shouldn't be, like the grease trap of this restaurant.
Because it's supernaturally evil.
Yeah. I mean, they come to Alberta, Canada for a scene in this whole thing, and I'm just like, that doesn't work.
The world is waking up to this music.
Like, there's people in bathrooms just dancing to this shit. There's a woman with a closed door in a phone booth just like, yeah.
I mean, John Lithgow literally says, "This is not going to be a musical." So he turns it off, and everybody stops dancing, including the cook, who's behind 7 walls from this music.
Dude, and he is staring daggers at this daughter like he's the goddamn T-800. Like, he hits stop on the cassette deck, and the score goes bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
But if I'm like the grease trap cook or anyone of like legal voting age, I'm like, hey, is this gonna come up for a vote at some point? Can I dance to rhythm and/or blues at some point as an adult?
Maybe it's like a privacy of your own home thing.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
Just don't do it out in front of me, pal. I don't want to see dancing.
You have to open a trap door to dance in my basement? Is that how this has to happen?
Open the storm doors. I'm getting the urge to dance.
Oh, I'm feeling the Watusi in me. Woo!
Well, it's a thing where we learn, like, the whole town's run by 7 people.
Yes.
Something like that. You expect a turn to be like it's a fucking coven of witches or something.
It's the Council of Owls.
If it took a real, like, Hot Fuzz turn at the end of the movie,
like this, yeah.
it'd be something.
They start killing people.
Nice.
We're introduced with them like they want to ban Slaughterhouse-5 and get some English teacher fired.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, they totally, like, ruined some English teacher's life, and then some woman's like, ew, what a title, Slaughterhouse, ooh, ah, ooh, and Kevin Bacon just goes, hey, you know what? That's a pretty good book. And it's like, they look at him like he just tossed a slur out of his mouth.
Books are dangerous. There could be gumbies in them.
I do love, so this lady is just like, getting into it with him. She's like, well, maybe that's a classic. And she's like, well, maybe it's a classic in other cities. And he's like, it's a classic in every city. And I'm like, I don't know.
He says that never having suffered a Gumby attack.
Oh, hey, Eric, wake up.
Oh, God, bone
Time
chilling.
to die.
It's a demon.
Hey, Gumby's kind of he's a book demon.
He must be a demon, right?
Gumby?
Yeah, I never saw the first episode. Did he like originate in like the Necronomicon or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Yes. It's incredible that you actually knew that right off your head like that.
Look at that.
Having only seen one episode.
Man, Gumby.
Now I'm just thinking about Gumby.
I know, it's great. You know, because like in Evil Dead 2 or whatever, they're like claymation in there.
A lot of claymation in that movie.
It's
Speaking of-
natural fit.
So it's like instead of like the zombie pounding on the door, like that disgusting goo character popped out. Hello, Bruce Campbell.
I'd grab a chainsaw.
Well, Gumby, you're going to be dead by dawn. Goodbye. I like the idea of this English teacher like trying to rap with the kids. He like comes in and turns the chair around. We're gonna read Slaughterhouse 5. Oh wait, I'm fired. Like it's a book you can teach anywhere but this fucking town.
What? Slaughterhouse what? No. That has slaughter in it. We only do that to Latin American countries. No.
So he becomes fast friends with the late Chris Penn at school. Which Chris Penn, I have to say, great in this movie.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Absolutely kicking ass.
Also pretty beefy. I'll be honest. He was giving me some feelings.
Hunktown.
Yeah.
Total
Sexy
Hunktown.
Very
Chris
lean.
Penn, yeah.
I'd foot that, man.
Big
Yeah.
problem, though. It's like a teenage kid in 1984 named Willard.
I do
Something.
love, the first day of school, Ren is like all dressed like he's going to a fucking Devo show. He's got a tie. And his mom is even like, dude, that's too much. Fucking.
She has a great line. She says something like, well, you can be David Bowie when you get to college.
Yes, exactly.
All
It's just
right.
like act as if you've been there before. Do you see these fucking cowboy hats? Do you see any Prague ties?
This mom is used to playing put-upon characters, the woman
Yes.
playing the mom. She's also the grandmother in Back to the Future, the mom in Gremlins. Oh, that poor woman. Woo! One step away from family annihilation at all times in that fucking
After
family.
seeing those two dads, maybe she's better off alone, honestly. Those two are both an inventor who's just hanging out in the middle of a Marriott warehouse. I mean,
Yes.
I don't need it.
Maybe that's why she left. They're on the run from their inventor husband.
I mean, and before we even get to the school, it's very apparent that this town is shitting all over their children. 2 points.
What?
One, in the car before she is supposed to be obliterated.
Yeah.
They're all talking about like our
feces?
Yes, there is feces. There's shit. I'm about to talk about shit, so get ready.
I got something for that after.
Okay. The 4 girls are talking about like there's this girl got pregnant. Even dancing's illegal, but fucking is still very legal. It turns out. And then there is this kid in church, couldn't be older than 7 years old, who looked like he was out all night smoking and drinking. It's a 7-year-old kid like laying like. And then the father hits him.
Yeah.
He's like,
Dude, that brought back some fond memories of me napping in church.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so here's mine. You know, there's like fisting, right?
Yeah, I know that. Gotcha.
Is there like footing? Has anyone dabbed?
Oh,
there has to be.
I'm sure it's.
There has to be a footing, right?
I want to be on the
seen
record.
it?
I haven't seen it.
Yes. I'm
Show of
positive
applause?
that's true, but I don't know that that's true.
Yeah, it must be true.
I'm pretty positive there was zero segue there whatsoever.
Well, no, he started with shit, and I felt like the natural orifice for a footing would be the
footing.
pooper. Yeah.
Sure, the natural orifice indeed.
I'm just planting ideas out there. If it's not a thing yet, maybe it will be. Someone inspiring the people.
You gotta
Do we
explore.
have info on what happened to that girl who got pregnant? Because I feel like what they're insinuating there is like Lithgow like ran the whole family out of town.
Yes.
Oh no, your house burned. Whoops.
Mom, sorry you broke the dancing laws. Now your mother is dead.
The shittiest thing is one of the girls in the car is like, hey, I'm dating him, okay? Stop talking shit about my fucking latchkey goddamn husband. To be.
Was that SJP?
No, it's a different one.
One of the other two nobodies?
Yeah.
Sarah Jessica Parker is also in this
Yes.
movie, a young Sarah Jessica Parker. They become, him and Chris Penn become fast friends. They are driving in his little VW Bug. There's a lot of vehicles in this movie. Like Kevin Bacon has like 9 cars and 3 motorcycles.
Well, they moved to a white trash town.
Okay. And he gets pulled over for playing rock and roll music.
Uh-oh. Bored cops alert. Never a good sign. And this kid's getting slapped in the face by this cop. He's getting, like with his own driver's license, the guy's swatting him like bad shit, man.
You were doing a quiet ride in a bluegrass lane.
And it's a $25 fee, we come to find.
It is.
Yeah.
Come on, feel the handcuffs around your...
But so at dinner, they're basically telling like, "Hey, Ren, tone it down. It's not the right kind of town for this." And what it is the kind of town for is an 8-year-old girl who is your cousin to say, "Ren's a fox," and I'm like,
Oh, yeah, welcome to Utah.
Honey, I think your sister should maybe look into a Marriott. Maybe look, do we know anybody with an extra room?
Yeah, I don't want him to get footloose with my daughter, okay?
We got all sorts of laws banning books and dancing and whatnot, but incestuous activity, big old shoulder shrug.
Footloosing with cousins, totally okay.
Dude, Sean Penn, my God, I fucking wish. Chris Penn hearing Kevin Bacon talk, like Kevin Bacon tells him a tall tale in the cafeteria.
Oh, yeah.
About like, where I come from, there's all sorts of dance clubs, and I'm like foot deep in it every weekend.
It's such a great story because he's like, yeah, one time me and a lady had sex. That actually didn't happen. Yeah.
But Chris Penn is hanging on this dude's every word, and it's like a...
Dude, I think I heard
what happened next?
I heard a bang under the cafeteria table.
You don't mind if I start early, do you?
There it is.
Start early.
By the way, I appreciate the visual demonstration.
Of course. Just in case people were missing out. Forgot what
you
it is.
even went to the right location, which is delightful.
Hey, man, this is a great story. Can you do me a favor and call me back at 9 p.m. in my room with this one? 'Cause that's really good.
Wait. Let me go get a tape recorder. Hang on. Go again.
No, can you lower your voice? Almost like an ASMR type thing. Just, I kind of need to hear it that way to get really going.
That's always the thing. Like, dude, you can save your sex story. That's cool. A, you're lying because no one's ever had sex. And then, I mean, everybody knows that,
Everybody
right?
knows this.
No, yeah, it's just that's a fake. It's a fake thing.
No.
Yeah.
Made up by the big Hollywood elites.
Media,
It's a
I would say.
Tall tale. Like Paul Bunyan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to hear and then me and her went, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't know, I'm trying to eat lunch.
Listen, we've all been friends for like 20 years. And the record is clean, and let's fucking keep it that way.
Yeah.
I never want to hear a second of it.
You all might as well be virgins for all I know, and that's great.
We'll see where the show takes us.
Okay, gotcha.
We might share some stories.
I would be questioning Kevin Bacon. I mean, if I'm Chris Penn here, I would be questioning him already because he's on the cafeteria line. And what does he ask for in a school cafeteria in Utah? Fish, please.
Yeah.
Fish.
That's you're trying to get out of school early. It's like maybe if I vomited in 5th period.
I don't think Laurie Singer's the only one who's looking to die here, is all I'm saying. Fish at a high school, I think you're looking for death.
So Chris Penn is like, oh, cool sex story about going to that dance club or whatever that lie was. But you're going to be shit out of luck here, man. No dancing. It's illegal. And this is where Kevin Bacon thinks that Chris Penn is now lying and is like, get the fuck out of here. And then he recants the tale of like, oh yeah, 5 years ago, a bunch of kids died, so now dancing, no more.
On a night just like tonight.
Well, that would be great if this movie is like exactly this movie and like, they're trying to do the town dance. They do it, Footloose plays, and then like, oh man, I'm really tired. Can't wait for the lottery tomorrow. And then Kevin Bacon's like, what's the lottery? And it's just Shirley Jackson's The Lottery at the very end. We'll have a good harvest, get fucking hit with rocks. Or cans of Progresso soup.
Either one.
Ooh, yeah. Just getting pelted with cans of soup by John Lithgow.
That's a rock you can use afterwards.
That's a great death penalty.
Yeah.
They fly in Lithgow to wherever you're in jail.
Oh, my God.
And he hucks soup cans at your head till you're no more.
I would definitely do that one.
Oh, dude.
Clam bisque!
I mean, we find out that it is illegal to dance in this town, and apparently Lithgow and the Chuck's father, who I think is the other head of this whole thing.
Chuck Sr.?
Yeah.
Nice.
They have like a Secorda, like the Emperor has in Dune. They have this fleet of guys that just work in this town trying to kill anybody who might dance or set them up. There is this unbelievable scene where Richie, who we never have met before, is apparently his new best friend, offers him a joint, and then immediately a coach comes in to try to bust him.
This is the worst kind of high school student. The dude who's willing to narc with the fucking school administration backing him. What is this? I've never seen a thing like it in my life.
They've got the whole town wired, man.
Also, like, it's a dude that's clearly like 30 years old, and he's like, well, say there, fellow student, would you like this marijuana cigarette?
It's so weird to you live in this weird repressive town that, dancing is illegal. You have so much town pride that you're like a little fucking brown shirt fucking trying to run people out of town.
That's the thing, dude. Lithgow is like creating this weird nationalistic, isolationist fucking garbage town, and those four guys are totally on board with it.
Exactly.
Really strange stuff.
Books are banned except for, of course, Mein Kampf. That was me trying to do Lithgow. Didn't happen. I think Dracula spoiled the well.
I mean, just imagine being like what he's supposed to be, 17 years old, which, okay, whatever.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Well.
And like you're just like, I can't fucking wait to bust this motherfucker for doing the foxtrot. I can't fucking wait.
But you're also like in on it with the gym teacher, because like the way it works is like the gym teacher comes in, Bacon realizes it's a setup and like flushes the thing down the toilet. The next day, it's like, hey, principal, that guy's fucking crooked.
Yeah. It's also crazy that like the only sport the school has is gymnastics in a town where dance is illegal.
And this is
that's like a loophole or something. Right?
Totally. Like I think it's a thing where it's like you're only on like the apparatuses, no floor routines.
That's there is a floor routine, but a guy just kind of watches like, oh no, that's it. All right, no.
That foot is loose up there. I don't like that.
Where was I going to go with that? Something. Oh, no. An example of the heinous fucking C-team editing in this movie is when we're coming out of the narking scene where he's like, I don't want this marijuana cigarette, and flushes it. And the gym teacher is like, someday I'm going to get... And like, the sentence isn't even finished. And it cuts to Kevin Bacon swinging around on these uneven bars. Which, I'll tell you something right now. Did not anticipate gymnastics in this movie.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming. I think it was probably like my biggest twist since Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Like, I see dead people, and what the fuck is he doing gymnastics for?
Pole Loose would be the name of that movie, the gymnastics.
Oh, man, that'd be a good stripper movie, too.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, wait. Stripper murder mystery.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like the pole was loose and somebody went flying.
Yep.
This pole's been tampered with. Because, yes, Morgan Freeman would be in the movie. It's the next Alex Cross mystery, Pole Loose.
I mean, the editing, one reason the editing is so terrible is they had 6 motherfuckers working as the stunt team for Kevin Bacon, who apparently was not allowed to, learn how to dance more than just, a couple scenes where he can do the thing.
Hey, do you know how hard it is to find 6 people that had sex with their mother?
What?
You said motherfucker.
Oh.
Keep up, people.
Well, see, here's the thing. You said 6, which took my brain to 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, and I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
Yeah.
Well, is that what 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon is? Is just stunt people who dance? Is that how that works?
Oh, I thought if you did 6 degrees, you'd find someone's mother who Kevin Bacon fucked by Eric's logic.
Absolutely. He's probably a granny shagger.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
My mother wishes. Everyone's mother wishes.
Right?
Kevin Bacon!
Yes, Steve.
There is a brief post-coital scene between Ariel and Chuck, which is she is buttoning up her pants man, I really can't wait to get out of this town. This town is terrible. I mean, look at what I'm fucking here. It's so awful. And this guy is like, what are you talking about, babe? Why would you ever want to leave? Why would you ever And it's like, dude, she's buttoning up her pants after fucking you on the dirtiest rug I have ever seen in the middle of the woods.
Plus, you got a $60 ticket for shimmying in the hallway. Just a little shimmy. That's it.
Honey, I could be the assistant manager of the lard mill in 5 years. You just stick it with me. I kind of think the reason they don't get a principal, I think, is because this seems like one of those, there's those actual towns that are so small that a cat or a dog is the actual mayor of the town.
Oh yeah, those places are wild, man.
I think a pig runs this school. I think that's probably why they're not going to... Because, why care? The fucking council runs everything.
Wouldn't that conflict with the lard mill?
Well, look, he's special. He's the special one.
That's why they're serving fish in the cafeteria and not hot dogs.
Yeah.
Right.
That was his first bill.
Yeah, I like it.
No more barbecue.
Yeah, man, a pig with a little bow tie. I would be I'd vote for it.
Dude, Principal Pig? That's a show somewhere. I don't know what network would take it, but, Animal Planet.
Louis Anderson as Principal Pig.
Yeah.
Guys, you're going to detention.
He would be doing the voice only, obviously.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not like the Mad TV sketch Babe Watch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Set your clocks back 35 years for that reference.
But I don't know what happens, but basically,
Tractor fight?
It's right. Oh, yes, of course,
Yes.
the tractor fight. He's driving out with Chris Penn. God damn it, Chris Penn.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
it's not
sorry.
your fault. It's everyone's.
I'm sorry. One's dead and one's career is dead. I'm sorry.
This one directed The Crossing Guard.
Is that my career in there?
Hang on a second. About half of you were just like, oh my God, Sean Penn jokes. Oh my God, leave him alone. Like he's giving you Christmas presents next month.
And but him and Chris Penn are driving out, and this guy Chuck is like, "Hey man, you look like a pansy," or something like that.
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah, and he's just like, "Oh, I thought only assholes said pansies."
It's a solid burn. It's a burn so good. I wish, in that moment, I was like, man, it must feel pretty awesome to be burned that well by fucking Kevin Bacon.
And then, basically the next day, in their arcane rules, Ariel has to go to Kevin Bacon's job and let him know he has been challenged to tractor chicken.
Uh-huh. Yeah. She calls him out, kind of. She's
Yes.
like, what are you, chicken? You don't want to play tractor chicken?
Tractor
There are so many
chicken.
cars laying around this movie.
There's cars. We got like a fucking bevy of dirt bikes that you see at the end of this movie.
And meanwhile, it's not even their tractors. They're stealing these tractors from this dude.
Which makes it kind of cool, honestly.
Yeah. Messing around as kids would do. I mean, the funniest thing about it
At
is...
least they're not dancing, you know.
Well, yeah. A little bit. Tractor chicken is very legal in this town.
Oh, both of my tractors were totally destroyed in this game of chicken, and now my whole livelihood is on the line. But thank Christ they weren't dancing. Oh, my God.
Look, if you're going to complain, talk to the pig. Okay? He's the one.
Guys, you gotta stop playing chicken.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6 more high school students have died in tractor chicken. But again, thank goodness that the sock hop has been canceled.
I mean, this is so tractors. I'm sure they can go fast, but these 2 tractors are going like 20 miles an hour, and it is literally the Austin Power joke of when the roller is coming to the guy. He's like, no, and it's like a mile away.
She also does that with her second suicide attempt by almost being hit by the train.
Oh,
She's
yes.
just like, it's funny.
But I mean, I'm sure tractor chicken has happened, but like,
Definitely.
it doesn't make for exciting movie making.
Well, you know what it does? If you play You Need a Hero, now we're having a great time.
But
Then I
it
realized
kind of makes it worse though, because like here's this song, it's really fucking going. I need a hero,
Yes.
and then they cut to this wide of the 2 tractors, and it's like,
But then we get, some shots of Kevin Bacon, and I'm like, oh, he's the hero. I see what they're doing. Hey, psst, he's the hero. Oh, that's the hero.
I thought it was the pig principle.
I wish.
I mean, to be fair, you were not allowed to make a movie in the 80s without Bonnie Tyler's We Need a Hero.
Absolutely.
Playing it. I think it's even in Showa.
Yes.
No, it's not, man. No.
Yeah,
no.
to be the first train.
It is not in the 9-hour Holocaust documentary Showa.
But
Are you
to
sure?
be fair, a hero would have helped.
Yeah, you got me there. I got nothing for that.
Yeah.
But yes, but also that's a really dangerous song to play during a really dangerous song or a dangerous scene, because like now kids are like, it's heroic, almost killing yourself in a tractor crash.
Dude, and he sends, Kevin Bacon, that is, sends this dude Chuck almost to his death.
Yes, for sure.
This guy falls off into like a raging river, nearly drowns. They kind of don't stay long enough on it because it is pretty funny. I would have liked some more of that, to be totally honest.
Humiliation's nice. I would have loved to see this Chuck guy get humiliated
yeah.
more, a little bit more.
No,
but
I want to see him killed. I want to see that tractor just fucking make a little pancake out of him.
Oh, dude, a tractor roll will get you fucking over with.
Right? I mean, it must.
oh yeah, you're emptied
It's a
out.
heavy thing.
But you know what? Just thank goodness they weren't dancing.
Yes.
He was horrifically crushed to death, but it was playing tractor chicken. Oh, also, great thing, Kevin Bacon does have a lot of sweet, like the one-liners, like we were mentioning. He tells Ariel, like when he's ready to race, he goes, "Go tell Dogface I'm ready to get this thing going." Oh man, just calling someone Dogface like that.
man,
Do you
that's
think
a
she
burn.
relayed the information though, or not?
Hey, he says you, Dogface, should get ready to race.
Or
The
maybe
fuck
that-
you call me, Oreo? Well, no, I was relaying it. He said it to you, you see.
Or did you mean the assistant principal Dogface under Principal Pig?
Vice President Dog.
He's a timid vice principal.
I see.
So that was he's shy.
So Kevin Bacon has a second, much more, this Adonis friend of his, Woody.
Oh my
Who
God.
we also don't meet until they're best pals.
Yes.
You could climb this guy like a ladder.
Man, Woody rules. I think Woody's kind of like low-key the best character in the movie.
Absolutely.
His ass is the best character in the movie.
Oh,
That
we
shower
get-
scene.
my God.
We get a peek in that shower scene. I've seen John Lithgow's ass for real.
Really?
Oh, right. Yeah,
I think I
do
mentioned
tell.
this. Yeah. No, I saw a play, and in the play he had sex. But like, it
Is he
wasn't.
like pushing?
No, it was. It's.
I'm thrusting.
It's
John
theater.
Lithgow doesn't push, he thrusts.
It was very tasteful. He takes off his pants, and I
Gotcha.
see his tushy, and he gets into a bed, and then like the stage kind of moves.
Oh, yeah.
But I saw full cheeks, very good, like, well worth the price of admission.
Could you see, like, was there like a little like thing around his waist, to like hide the schwanz from the actress, or what's going on there?
I would wager he was. I think he was very cognizant of it because he was just like, okay, it's moving now. Okay, I'll get the.
Hey, audience, don't look. Don't look.
Well, now that we've had sex, we should have Italian wedding soup.
Yeah.
Who's the best post-coital soup?
Soup after sex might be good, right?
No. I mean, what are you eating it in bed? That's horrible.
Well, no, 'cause
Dude,
it's like
soup in bed, man. That's a recipe for disaster.
It's a light meal, It's a light meal.
Also, let me remind you, soup is served hot. Now it's rattling around your genitals.
How about borscht?
Borscht would be okay, yeah.
How about soup before sex?
Soup.
By the way, borscht is normally served out. I think you're thinking gazpacho.
No, but the borscht is also
Borscht
cold.
you could
cold
do borscht.
sometimes.
Basilka will
Right.
heat your borscht, though. I almost said heat your bush. That's a completely different thing.
I mean, that's what soup will do.
So this character Woody, he could heat some bushes.
Yeah, he probably did back in '84, man.
You get awfully close to seeing this heated bush in
Oh,
the
yes.
shower scene. You get the trail, and they just barely don't see it unless he's shaved.
I love like the next day he's having Kevin Bacon's having dinner with his new family, and this piece of shit uncle is just like, I don't know. You guys hear there's some trouble at the high school. Somebody might have been smoking a joint. And you hear about this tractor rollover situation? And then something they get into an argument. He's like, listen, I'm not going to try and be your father. He's like, you're damn right you're not. And he does the thing we would do in 80s movies where he goes to an empty factory and dances. And if you were in the movie theater in 1984 and had you gone to the bathroom beforehand, this is a great thing. Because now it just reminds you of everything in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. They start doing flashbacks to, like, him driving to the fucking thing.
Dude, it is previously on Footloose. It is for if anyone who's walking into the theater late, because it's like him so angry and thinking about what's going on, and it's just footage from the film. All shit we've all seen.
I mean, what happened is they made about 3 or 4 music videos and made a movie around it. Is what it kind of feels like for most of this.
I don't know about you guys, how you guys grew up. I mean, this is why Kevin Bacon was in the shape that he was in high school, and I was in the shape that I was in high school. When I got angry about people giving me shit, man.
Yeah, dude. What'd you do?
Play N64.
Yep.
That's about it.
Get a couple of GoldenEye rounds in.
As opposed to like dancing and feeling things.
Yeah.
Imagine if N64 was banned, though.
Oh my!
You would go fucking crazy, and then you'd be bringing the game thing around, You'd be
That's
bringing
true.
the illegal console around and, like, inspiring a town.
Look, if Kevin Bacon hadn't intervened when he did, we get into the early 90s, you're definitely seeing Super Nintendo banned, N64 after that. Totally happening.
No more Mario Kart. That leads to sex.
That's
Which it
how
actually
you.
does not. It literally does not. It leads you away from sex. Like really, like very far away.
The
Maybe
only
to
thing
a
you're-
lot of like defeated masturbation, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The only thing you're shooting are turtle shells.
You got it out via video games. I got out via chicken nuggets. and I
that's
was
true.
very happy to do so. I was nug loose.
Ladies and gentlemen, a town where chicken nuggets have become illegal. Oh, we need a hero.
My son died in a car crash after he ate some chicken nuggets. We have to legalize them.
Man, I don't want to live in that world. I really don't.
No, fast. You know what? Big Chicken would never allow that. That's the thing. Like, dance. There's no real.
Yep.
I mean, there's money behind like records and stuff, but like Big Chicken, you fuck with those guys.
Totally, that David Perdue guy, I saw those commercials. He'll creep you right
I
out.
thought you were talking about Big Bird.
Well, yes, we've made all dancing illegal except for, due to some pressure from the Tyson and Purdue company, the funky chicken will be allowed no matter where you go in this town.
Oh man, the funky chicken stipulation. I don't like the sound of that.
I don't know. It's fair compromise, maybe.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
it's a dance.
it is a dance, but it's the worst of the dances.
But is it worse than like the Macarena?
Oh, good question. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Because your aunt will still do that, is the thing.
The Macarena?
No, the funky chicken.
Is that right?
I think so.
Now, where does the electric slide fit into all this?
Well, that's okay.
All right.
So you don't want your aunt to dance, is the point here?
I'd rather not see my aunt dance.
Sit down, Aunt Sheila. That shit's embarrassing.
Someone ought to make that illegal.
Also, yeah, what is a wedding like in this fucking town?
Terrible.
Okay, got it.
The whole thing's 45 minutes and you're out.
Well, that's not so bad, actually.
You got the ceremony, that's the longest part. Then you go into the hall, boom, 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 some bad chicken, you're home.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
is it a thing where they all just wear bad sunglasses and do nothing?
Yeah. What is recreation besides crashing tractors?
It is just drunk driving.
It's
Drunk
mostly
driving. That's all you can do because books are banned, right? And
Yep.
dancing. That's the one other activity.
Beating up outsiders. That seems to be a big.
That's
a big
true.
one.
I loved that growing up.
Really?
You see some drifter come where he shouldn't.
Oh, yeah?
No,
Teach that guy a lesson?
They never found him neither.
You got incensed when you saw that guy marking up your fence?
Listen, I don't care if he was in the army. You shouldn't be passing through my town.
I'm going to call Brian Dennehy.
Where were we? Oh, yeah, he's doing all his gymnastics, dancing, and whatnot. And then Ariel comes out of nowhere and goes, "That looks really fucking stupid!" and he he freezes just like when you get caught jerking off. He's just and she's like, there's a little hidden part of this town I want to take you to. It's very special. Oh, shit. It's the inside of this old abandoned walk-in freezer or some shit where kids from the town, this is the saddest thing. Kids from the town go to write down parts of books that have been banned, a passage that means a lot to them, or song lyrics because they all miss music and everything.
There is nothing worse than expecting you're going to get a blowjob and then get confronted with slam poetry.
That's right. That's right.
I'm going to take you to a very special place.
One of the oldest tricks in the book, by the way. It's one of the few ways you can get someone to go attend live slam poetry.
Geez, I thought I was going to get slammed. Now it's poetry that's getting slammed?
No, but I have to show you this Jimi Hendrix quote.
That's really something.
Wow, look at that.
Fantastic.
You guys got a lot of markers in this town. That's great.
Just gonna go home and jerk off now, I guess. Jesus Christ.
I love, but so then Ariel is like, what we also like to do in this town is stand on the train tracks and then make out.
Right, this is their make-out point, is the train tracks.
Yes.
It's something about once the train starts going through, then you make out. And all I can think about with that is maybe it's because Lithgow's got the town wired, for sound everywhere, right? So anytime he hears a or heaven forbid, a womp, 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 he's coming in, right?
Yeah, and fucking kind of sounds like dancing,
It does, yeah.
That sounds like skin slapping.
No, those are just claps of hands. Hands clapping.
I was applauding reading this Bible passage.
I was applauding her genitals, and she was applauding mine.
It's a good-looking dick. That is a good-looking dick right there.
I do love, she's on the thing, and he tackles her, and she's like, "Do you love me?" And he's like, "You're fucking nuts, man." This girl is, you're Kevin Bacon. There's a Sarah Jessica Parker running around. Find anybody else.
Yeah, you got to cut her loose. This is insane.
Footloose. You got to cut her footloose.
Yeah. Oh my God.
There's your Saw shit. There it is. That's Jigsaw
there you
right
go.
there. You cut that footloose.
Adam, are you ready to get footloosed? Adam, you might want to take off your Sunday shoes.
You lived your life on a foot. What if you didn't? Make the choice.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple question, this movie. We're running out of ideas.
Man, it's it's like back to the first movie. Saw 1 has a foot cut, right?
Yeah, totally. So speaking of Sarah Jessica Parker, she and Ariel go on a cross state lines double date with Kevin Bacon and Chris Penn to some hootenanny kind of bar there, and it's he's like, "I'm going to show you idiots what you're missing."
Because they don't even know what dancing looks like. They just drive to another state to show them what that even is.
What are these movements they're doing? Rhythmic movements to dancing. I can't stop.
What is happening? That's pretty great. And it's so great. They go in this we're doing like a lot of cowboy hat dancing and everything.
It's a shit kicker bar.
It's a shit kicker bar. Like these kids would get the shit kicked out of them.
Yes, oh for sure.
Instead, they instantly sold alcohol. That's something.
Yeah, well, thank God they weren't dancing up to the bar while they asked for that beer. We're in the clear.
This is when Chris Penn reveals he can't dance.
No. Yeah. But what I appreciate about it, though, is he's not like, dancing. That's a little meh. He's just like, I can't do it. I wish I could. I wish I had your gift. I know it would get me laid. I'm eager to learn. Teach me, Kevin Bacon.
Just do the white guy shuffle thing, all right.
Yeah, you could do the stand-up, or you could be like my dad at a wedding.
Yeah.
Maybe because this is a town of white guys, that's why they outlawed it, because they saw that.
Nobody wanted to see that shit anymore.
Cut that
This
out.
is disgusting.
He's not even moving his feet. He's just barely moving his arms.
Hips. You're supposed to use your hips.
So you get to see some Kevin Bacon dancing right here again. They are really, here's the thing. It's a lot of like boot scoot boogie kind of dancing.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Bacon just slams in with the 80s sex dancing.
But this is when Footloose plays for the second time.
In nearly its entirety. Like, they must have got hit with such a bill for this tune.
Well, it's part of why at the end of this movie, it's like regular credits.
Yeah.
And then it's like, Footloose performed by Kenny Loggins. It's like 24 fonts.
It's the last time I saw a font that big, it was like, Kennedy dead. That joke goes out to my good friend Eric Siska, wherever you are.
Thank you. Big fan of This Is a Bruder film.
Yeah. They try to trick them at the beginning of this, though, because they enter the bar, and it's John Cougar Mellencamp, Hurts So Good, before you get to the synthesizer.
I bet a footing hurts so good.
Yeah.
What's the better tune there?
Footloose.
Footloose is a great song, right, everyone?
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah.
Mellencamp sucks.
That was such a smattering of applause.
Did I come in too hot on that one?
Well, I don't know. He's got Meg Ryan, so take that, Dennis Quaid.
That's true.
You got nothing left but the Lord God.
It's true.
All right, he's doing that.
I'm sorry, that was fucking great. Nothing like a good old-fashioned delayed laugh.
Well, like a solo, too.
Super solo, so thank you so much.
Love it.
The whole thing is SJP's like, all right, Chris Penn, for some reason I'm dating you in this movie. Maybe they don't really like super confirm that.
Yeah.
But she's like, and what did I tell you? What did I tell you? No fighting.
Yes.
Which, I feel like that sounds like she's got to say that every time they go anywhere.
But she's doing okay. All these songs are playing Kevin Bacon. There's a slow song, all this stuff. And she's like, come on, Chris Penn, let's dance. And he's like, no, I can't, babe. And then, once fucking Footloose happens, because it's a magical song, she's just like, I can't. And she just runs out.
She can't take it anymore. She's been holding it in the whole night.
And the feet become lease at this point. That's the plural of Footloose, is feet lease?
Uh-huh.
No, that's when you don't have any feet, dude, and you don't have enough money to buy one.
Oh, I see.
But if you want feet on an installment plan, that's the feet
you get
lease.
a feet lease. Okay.
You can only do 12,000 steps a week. If you go over that, they're going to charge you 5 cents every step. Car lease jokes.
Yeah. They're just milking you, man.
Or when you pay a lady to step on you and you're like, I don't have the money.
You need a feet lease?
Yeah.
Well, you could get in our feet lease program.
It makes sense. Footloose, feet lease.
Uh-huh.
No, it doesn't.
I still don't really get it.
Yeah.
Is there another definition that I'm missing?
No, there's not.
Could you use it in a sentence?
It is a through line in this movie. You cannot dance well in any part of this movie without fighting first.
Yes.
You have to get into a fist fight of some sort before, or I guess just yell at your uncle a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the foreplay, dude.
Yeah.
She winds
That's
up
right.
being danced with a mustachioed cowboy hat dude.
This guy's awesome.
And he's like 50, and she's like 16.
And I think the deal here, too, is like, because Chris Penn has a line to this dude, you know, he's like, I'm not going to fight you, but hey, man, when was the last time you saw your own dick? Bye. To make that joke work, like the dude needs a gut, I think this dude's wearing a pillow, though, underneath that, which is kind of something.
It'd be great if he just grabbed him and went, Viet fucking Nam. Feel like a big man now? Yeah, I'll tell you the whole story. It's sad.
Sit down, because it also takes a really long time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of details to get through.
I didn't lose the leg, but my foot's a little loose. Thank the Viet Cong for that. Man, but I love this guy's delivery of flake off.
That's a real, it was fuck, but now we're gunning for that PG-13.
Yeah, it has to be, right?
I don't know, because I've never heard someone say flake off
Yeah, I
to
don't know what that
anybody.
means. Is it a
I don't know what,
dandruff term?
Yeah, totally. Go have dandruff problems.
Okay, I'll just buy some shampoo.
You got burned.
So, yeah, Chris Penn gets punched in the face, and you see him, like, sitting out in the parking lot on this car. It looks like Jason Voorhees got to his nose. It is so much blood, and he's kind of just, like, holding something out, and I was like, is there a wet nap anywhere? Was there a wet nap in the honky-tonk you could have got it from? Like, come on, man.
So we're driving back, and I love this because the story is Ariel's brother died tragically, which is the whole inspiration of this movie. And they're on the bridge where he died, and Chris Penn, with zero tact, is like, man, this bridge gives me the willies. And I'm like, yeah, because my fucking brother died on
And
it.
it happened on a night just like tonight.
So somebody died. I swear it was somebody's brother.
Big dancing
I can't
accident.
remember.
And like Sarah Jessica Parker comes over the top rope too. She's like, man, he was really cute. Like, oh, I'm glad you had a fucking boner for my now dead brother.
Wow, now he's got a bone for you.
Because he's part of the skeleton league.
Yeah. So do
I can dance in hell.
you will join the League of Skeletons if you dare to dance.
You know who approves of dancing, don't you? The devil! You gotta be dancing in hell, man, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Better to party with the sinners.
We've given up hope, so now we do the trika all day.
The Satan Tango, actually, for sure, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, look at that. What a ref.
What a ref.
What a ref, dude.
And the crowd went nowhere.
Oh, yeah. You know, everybody knows the 8-hour Hungarian film, Satan Tango. Yeah, it's all right.
But we hear the story that, like, that her brother died, whatever. Meanwhile, like, they have, her and John Lithgow have these scenes that is like, the dissolution of a marriage kind of a thing. It's
totally.
It's not father-daughter. It's just like, where were you?
I was up all night. Now the chicken's cold.
Yes.
I made it for you.
What's
you said
his
you'd
name?
be home.
Tell me his name.
He does do that. She's like, red. It's like, that fucking idiot. It's
He's
really
upset.
weird. And we got to get into the dicey parts of this movie. One, in one of their fucking, very long, terse arguments, he slaps her. And Dianne Wiest is like, hey, that sucked.
Dude, she barely looks up from the fucking grapefruit she's eating.
She doesn't even bring it up when they have the long discussion that's cut directly after it, so you don't see any of the aftermath, because that might actually be compelling. They go, and he goes to the church, and she's just like, I just miss us. I don't really care if you hit our kid. I don't really care about that, but us, I miss us so much.
You need it to be a thing where it's like, this marriage is on thin ice.
Yes.
It's on the thinnest of ice.
Yeah.
Today at breakfast didn't help at all. But it's just a lot of like, you're the greatest minister of all time. You can uplift your congregation so high they have to look down to see heaven. Which is a weird kind of like threatening line in a way. I don't know.
And then Ariel gets into an argument with Chuck. She breaks up with him. And it's this like 5 to 10 minute John Cassavetes scene. And I'm like, the fuck is this doing in this movie? And it is never commented upon. In other movies, like Kevin Bacon, like, I'm going to beat his ass for what he did to you.
Nothing.
And he's like, that sucks. Like she got a D in chemistry.
The most he comments on it is she's like putting on makeup to cover up the fucking black eye that she has. And he's like, yeah, you did a good job with that. Looks all right. No one's going to tell.
Thanks.
It's really dicey, really weird. It just never comes up again.
Like when he's beating the shit out of him at the end of the movie, he needs to be like, getting ready to raise the death blow. Like, this is for Ariel Blur.
No, it's more like, this is for you insulting my dancing, which really bothered me.
Look, I'm just saying, if they had really dug into that or even brought it up again, it might be a little, hard to get loose.
Yeah, that's true.
Footloose. Feet lease.
Feet lease. The feet would not become lease.
Yeah, if you can't get your feet leased, then you're just fucked.
None of our feet will be leased.
But, so that's kind of that thing. And now the next movement is, well, we got to have a dance. We got to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kevin Bacon comes up with this idea while he's in a cool, self-car wash thing with Chris Penn. And he's like, I got it. We're going to throw a dance together. And Chris Penn's like, again, I can't dance. May I remind you, I can't dance. And he says, well, don't worry about it. I'll spend the next 10 minutes of this movie teaching you in a dance montage.
It's great. He is dancing like Peter Boyle and Young Frankenstein in this thing. His feet are just barely moving.
Dance.
Maybe he was some type of science experiment
That
as
makes
well.
sense, yeah.
Also.
Like they made Sean Penn, and they were like, let's put together some other pen parts.
Some extra pens lying around.
Yeah.
You get the full let's hear it for the boy.
Yeah.
And I have never escaped this song. This song is in every fast food joint I ever go to. It just cues on for some reason.
Are you the boy?
I am.
I'm picturing you in a Hardee's or some shit, and there's a song that comes on that you don't like, and you're like, change it! Change it!
I would like you to hear it for me.
Oh, where's the DJ? I have a request.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
This goes out to Chris with his big chicken nuggets. Let's hear it for the boy.
And I'm singing it to the nuggets. Let's hear it for the boy.
No, Chris, don't eat us. We're your friends.
That's illegal in this town.
Yeah, you can't eat chicken nuggets, but you can marry them in that town.
Of course.
But yeah, so she's got this idea. It's like, hey, I have these Bible passages that'll help with my dad, which is, I think it's Lazarus doing the Thriller dance is part of it.
That was
right?
one. That was one. Yeah. We all remember the time Paul crossed the desert boogieing down.
Yep.
That was another big one.
Mary twerked, I think, is one of those.
Yes.
Well, it makes total sense, right? Because there was a band of criminals, right? Writing their illegal screed called the Bible. They must have done a ton of dancing and who knows what else.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's Kevin Bacon's whole point at this community board meeting. He's like, oh yeah, John Lithgow, you think you have this in the bag, huh? Whoosh, may I present the Bible? And he starts flipping through it. You can tell Lithgow's like, oh, I'm fucked now. Here comes the Lord of God himself. Oh no.
Shit, I've never read the Bible.
The jig is up.
There could be anything in there.
He looks up at Jesus on the cross and says, you double-crossed me.
Thou shalt party down.
Betrayer!
It'd be cool if they nailed him to 2 crosses.
Wait, what?
A double cross.
That was the one for Pontius Pilate. Pontius Pilate got the double cross, dude.
Oh, yeah. That guy was something, huh?
That guy was a lot like the little health class narc with that joint.
Yeah.
Huh?
Pontius Pilate, I guess he was sort of like, he comes to terms with it. He washes his hands of it. He's like, fine, dance, do your thing, whatever.
That's kind of what but it's so weird. Again, the editing in this movie is so shoddy. Kevin Bacon gives this impassioned speech, and then it just cuts to them being like, well, you lost that one, kid. I'm like, did he?
Might be nice to see some of this shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
You really wasted your time in that meeting, Kevin Bacon. Wow. I've never seen a dressing down like that in my whole life.
Too bad it's not in the movie.
Another thing not in the movie is later on, it's you just cut to, and there's John Lithgow. Well, we should talk about the book burning scene, I guess, first.
Oh, yes.
Oh, right, yeah.
This is when his heart starts to melt, or he's like, "What hath I wrought?"
You know you're in the right when you start burning books.
Well, there's like a setup to that because he's trying to go teach like Sunday school or something, and this like nerdlinger, I don't know if he's the principal or if he's like just another teacher at the school or something.
Is he a pig?
No, it was not a pig.
Okay, that's not the
actually.
principal.
Yeah, okay, got it.
We gotta ban these cookbooks. I don't like what's going on with all this bacon.
I also hate Joey Chestnut's autobiography. Too many hot dogs lost their lives.
That guy is a mass murderer.
But every July 4th, you can see him throw up on ESPN for some reason.
And it's wonderful, isn't it?
USA.
Oh man! So the book burning, like John Lithgow gets a change of heart, or he realizes like he's gone too far and the town is getting fucking crazy.
Because he doesn't think the dude's going to go through with it. Like the guy's, coming after him with some book, and I wish we knew what book it was. Like we mentioned Slaughterhouse-Five at the beginning, but it doesn't come up again. He's like, this one, Lithgow, this one's going right in the fucking furnace, and he's like, I don't know if that's such a good idea, actually, now that I think about that.
The Babysitter's Club?
Yeah. Now I don't want to kill Gumby and his friends anymore.
But Wishbone is done.
Yeah.
Oh, Wishbone, that dude's finished. Goosebumps, you can forget it. Boxcar Children, you're burning alive. Sorry, dude.
No, I won't say what I was going to say.
That's fair.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, he realizes like, oh, this is going too far. Like he stops him from burning. He's like, you have to look inside. The devil's inside you all the time. And
That's kind of great, right? He's like holding up some books. He's like, the devil is not here. The devil is here.
And then everyone goes home and stabs themselves with a butcher knife. I killed the devil.
No, the devil is not in here. It's in Danielle's steel, sir.
Well, yeah, that's true.
It does get
maybe
pretty
very
sultry,
true.
yeah, for sure.
It is great. I mean, they have like this huge garbage can, and all these fucking idiots are tossing books into this thing and like chanting about it. And John Lithgow just comes in, kind of like his Harry and the Hendersons role, and he's like, "Get out of here, hillbillies! Nobody wants you anymore. Stop burning these books."
He pulls out a collected Garfield. No!
You can't burn the far side?
What if you... He hates Mondays. That's against God's law.
He's also eating Italian food. That's disgusting. Burn that cat comic.
Cows shouldn't be able to live in houses. Fuck Gary Larson.
I've been saying that for years. Yeah. Cows shouldn't be living in houses.
It's disturbing.
So all the kids go out of town for this big dance, and I guess they just told all their parents, we're all going to see Against All Odds tonight.
Well, no, Lithgow gives them permission.
That's right.
Because there's a scene, like right after the book burning scene, smash cut to the end of a really important conversation between two fucking stars, Kevin Bacon and John Lithgow, which is just like, he's like, well, you've really given me a lot to think about. I'm like, again, did he?
My God.
It seems like there's other things that could have been cut, but like the big coming together of the fucking protagonist and the antagonist, yeah, that seems pretty important. You should get that in full.
Kind of the climax of your movie, honestly.
Yes.
The dance doesn't really count. The
like-
dance is the credits, essentially.
It's as if like Empire Strikes Back, Luke is like, sorry, Master Yoda, I have to help my friends. And then you smash cut to him holding his stump in the fucking Millennium Falcon. That's like, well, I missed something.
That's what happens when you help your friends. You get hand loose. Don't ever help anyone.
It's terrible advice, by the way.
Yeah, to go to Cloud City to rescue Han Solo. Yeah, terrible advice.
That was a bad idea. They should have let him die. He just wound up dying anyway. What was the point?
Yeah, it's true.
On a long enough timeline, everybody just dies anyway.
Which is why nothing matters.
Sure. Yes,
Right?
sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I love, but yeah, so like he has this change of heart and he has this big speech in front of us like, let's just pray for our children, shall we? Let us pray they shall dance and the boners shall not escape the pantaloons.
For if we cannot trust our children, who are we?
Yeah.
It's like, it's a real horseshit speech.
Let us pray that our daughters forget that we hit them for no real reason. Just for jokes, I guess. I don't know.
So, like, I guess because the gymnasium at the school was filled up with a gymnastics meet or some shit, the guy who works at the flour factory, Flour, that Kevin Bacon works for, is like, well, you know, you could have your big dance in the basement of my flour factory.
Well, I mean, thank you for clarifying that they're not making flowers at a factory.
Yeah, you know, I just like being clear.
All right, that's fair.
Soon enough, that's how we'll have to make them, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck, we got another order of daisies. We're skipping lunch today.
That's just what, like, edible arrangements are,
That's
right?
true, yeah, that's fair.
Making those.
Yeah, we're getting into hydroponics, not the fun kind. Just the normal daisies and shit. I don't know.
But I think this guy is doing this to say fuck you to John Lithgow,
Big
right?
time.
Yeah.
Big time.
I want a backstory there. You know, what was that about? Was this guy gunning for Dianne Wiest or what?
Ooh, that could be something. I'd watch that
He's
scene.
like doing anything to drive a wedge between them. That'd be
Or
something.
like this dude just like goes up to Dianne Wiest, like, you know, we had our time back in high school. You know, it's fine. You're happy. That's all right. But like, seriously, your husband's a real piece of shit. Like, I know that I just run this weird factory, but like, he's totally sucks shit. That guy.
The guy who runs the flour, I mean, he's really the hero of the movie.
Yeah.
Like he every time Bacon is in a jam, he's like, yeah, I can help you with that. And then every time Lithgow says something, he's like, why don't you shut up?
Ooh, every time Bacon's in a jam. By the way.
Oh, yeah.
Getting hungry up here.
But so yes, they decide he allows them to have a dance at his establishment. Now they have even the backwards blessing of John Lithgow. So let's get on some dirt bikes and throw ourselves a dance.
All of a sudden, all these kids who you've never seen on dirt bikes once in the movie all personally own a dirt bike.
Yes.
All of a sudden, your movie has like 8 to 9 dirt bikes in them out of nowhere.
It's like Happy Meal toys all of a sudden. Everyone's got a new vehicle.
And this isn't a movie about fucking rallycross.
And if you're gonna do that, I need to see a scene of like them jumping off hills and stuff.
Yes.
I need to see that. I bake it in.
If they can't dance, that's what they're going to do, right? Drive dirt bikes.
Footloose, yes.
But you should have had dirt bike chicken.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Or jousting.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, get like a long branch.
It's like that George Romero movie, Night Riders, where they're like in suits of armor on motorcycles.
I brought my mother's mop with me. Here we go.
That'd be awesome.
So we're all having fun making the dance happen, and the lights go on, and so on and so forth.
I love a good cleaning montage.
I kind of wish we had gotten a lot more of this end dance. It's kind of an afterthought.
It is, yeah.
It's the big thing. You're supposed to have some time. And of course, because it is a dancing thing, you have to fight first.
Yes.
So it starts with Chris Penn getting into it with Chuck.
Oh man, Chuck. Chuck finds the time to strike as this
And
dance.
Chris Penn tries not to fight. You know, he's promised not to fight, and he's really holding back until he gets the permission from, what was it we called her, SJP?
Yeah, those are her initials.
Yeah. Well, whenever you say it, I think of like Super Jurassic Park, and I'm like, was that on Super Nintendo?
It probably was, yeah.
Yeah, no, there were a couple of shitty-ass Jurassic Park games that came around the time of Super Nintendo. You might be right. Point is, I meant Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah,
And,
okay.
I mean, I know that he does gymnastics, like you've set that up sort of, but Kevin Bacon comes in jump kicking.
Yeah.
This is, I mean,
Jim Cotta.
it is Jim Cotta.
Yes.
It's the skill of gymnastics and the kill of karate, if you're not familiar.
Young man, your feet are a lethal weapon. That's why you're sentenced to, I don't know, Con Air or something.
What is a pommel horse doing right outside of this mill?
I feel like there are two kinds of movies, right? There's movies that have jump kicks in them, and those who don't.
Sure.
As far as I was understanding it for the first 100 minutes of this movie, the motion picture Footloose was one of the ones that did not have jump kicks in it. I feel like you can't have an 11th hour jump kick.
It's like the jump kick in Marriage Story. It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's like,
He
the
just
fuck is
jump
that?
kicks that door.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
I prefer the one in Kramer vs. Kramer, but Hoffman's got the juice. He's really doing it.
Oh man, can you imagine Dustin Hoffman trying to do a jump
Oh
kick?
my God,
Yeah,
my
right.
shins would hurt.
Get ready for it. Meh.
I'm getting 6 inches off the ground here. 6 inches off the ground. Dude sucks.
Not great.
But so like they quickly dispatch these 5 dudes.
Beat the living shit out of these dudes.
Yes.
Absolutely. And this is the thing where he's like, Kevin Bacon comes in with that jump kick and he's like, oh yeah, you think you're so cool, Chuck? Well, how about when it's not 5-on-1? And
Yes.
it's like, how about when he beat up your girlfriend,
Yeah.
dude? How about taking some revenge out for that?
No, Chris Penn is in danger. That's the guy I care about.
You hurt my friend that I taught to dance.
And then Kevin Bacon lets everybody knows it's time to dance. Let's dance.
And then it starts raining glitter, and all these kids get it in their eyes, and everyone's screaming.
It's insane. All of a sudden, it turns into Studio 54 in this basement.
They're gonna have to like shower for days, get their heads shaved, like deloused, like you're being taken into some paramilitary camp to get all that goddamn glitter off.
Yeah, all those clothes are going in the garbage.
Absolutely,
sure.
You
Absolutely.
set those on fire instantly.
Chris Penn's burning that tuxedo.
There's a lot of tuxedos, and yeah, they're all going in the garbage, I'm pretty sure.
But also, maybe Studio 54, maybe this is Lithgow's point, was like the second they were allowed to dance, coke is everywhere.
But we're not really concerned with drugs. We have a teacher using weed as bait.
Yes.
Okay, drugs and alcohol are not the problem here. It's clearly thought of that it's dancing.
And Bacon is just blowing smoke in that dancing scene. He's
Yes.
like, when he gets into an argument with his uncle, not only does he have to dance it out, he has to get stoned and drunk in the middle of the day.
That's right. We did have some classic drunk driving earlier in the film.
But it's great because everyone, I guess, has been so repressed with dance, but practicing in secret is like, everyone is like, they're popping and locking. I'm like, how do you know how to do that?
It's exquisite stuff.
It's all that pent-up dancing.
I see.
You never do it, and you just...
It's like, no, I'm finally ready to take this out of the storm cellar.
My cousin, he got me a bootleg tape of street performers from New York City. And I've been watching it over and over again. I think I got it.
What's that sound on there? Is that dancing?
No, it's pornography.
Better.
Before they start kicking off all the dancing, though, there is a funny gag where, like, the whole room is just, like, not dancing. Nobody knows what to do,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
They need the alien from another planet, Kevin Bacon, to come in and show them what's up.
It looks like an actual school dance for a minute where they're all milling around picking their noses.
Dude, how many people watch this movie in advance of tonight's show? Okay. Oh, good, Eric.
Yeah, I did. This one. The rest of the shows I didn't.
Did everybody catch the moment where this motherfucker gets knuckle deep in his own nose, pulls it out and goes, huh, and wipes it like on his crotch, and the woman next to him, not as disgusted as she should have been.
Yep, saving that for you, honey.
Yeah, oh, Zach's doing it again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just thought that was the boogie woogie.
Gross. And they just start dancing and having a good ass time, and that's
Chris Penn dances his little heart out.
oh, it's great. It is great. I mean, the whole like impetus for that montage earlier in the movie was because he in real life couldn't dance, and they were like, "Well, how are we going to get around this? The dude has to dance at the end of this movie. Let's give him dance lessons on camera." And you know what? Paid off.
Yeah.
Dude fucking cuts that rug in half in this movie. It's awesome.
It rules.
And then in like the weirdest like just like blackout cut ever, that's the end of the movie. That's that's Footloose.
Kenny Loggins song Footloose.
Director Herbert Ross now under it.
It's small.
Yeah, he kind of John Hancock's the end of the movie. He's like, Kenny Loggins.
And that's Footloose, ladies and gentlemen. That's what Footloose is.
That's the one.
We do have to start wrapping it up, but we want to, of course, give you all a big thanks for coming out here tonight. This is a great town.
Yeah.
You've been a great audience. Give yourselves another round of applause.
Thank you, guys.
Big thanks to City Winery for having us here. You all have been great. Be sure to tip plentifully, ladies and gentlemen. That is for sure. But before we get out of here, we just want to say also we do have some posters for sale if you want to check that out. And we also should say that, you know, when we end a show like this, has anyone seen us live before? I should say that. A couple phones? Okay. Whenever we got to get out of here, we like to sort of point you all to the best place to find the most intelligent, non-insane film writing on the internet. And that is, of course, found in the IMDb user review section.
Yes. Kahirs du moron.
That should be fucking banned, honestly. Get Lithgow on that.
Oh, just the entire IMDb?
Yes, exactly.
You know what? Honestly, take the whole thing. That app is unusable. Oof.
It's terrible, man. I can't look up. I'll look up like a 1940s film noir, and there's an ad for Dwayne Johnson's Terramana tequila there.
It's so unusable. Like the other night, I was trying to look up that movie we were talking about, Sex Crimes 2084.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And it's not on the app, and I had to Google it to show me IMDb to open it in the app. It's unbelievable.
Guy can't even look up 1980s pornography titles.
Yeah. Rated X.
So we got two for you here before we head out. Let's see here. 1 out of 10 stars. Subject line, garbage. Written by G. Peoples on stunningly Valentine's Day of 2002.
But you know what? That makes sense. You're all alone. You're reviewing things on IMDb as one does on Valentine's Day.
Or even worse, you're in a new relationship. Your girlfriend is like, I want you to watch my favorite movie, Footloose. Yeah. You know, and then we'll see what happens afterwards. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to be on the fucking IMDb message boards afterwards.
To the internet.
All right, let's see here. Here is one of those idiotic, far-fetched plot lines that plagues us several times in a decade.
All right.
This guy holds a grudge. A town passes ordinances to ban hard rock music and dancing. Oh, come on! Which there is historical precedent for this shit actually happening, by the way. So this dude should open a book, man.
And more than likely future president as well.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think his town burned those books, so.
Not just the plot, but the characters are pitiful as well. Ren, what kind of name is that? End of review.
What?
No, really?
So, really glad G. Peoples got that shit out on
Well, I feel
Valentine's
like,
Day.
again, in this scenario, you know, he's like, Red, what kind of name is that? Like, honey! He's like, oh, yeah. Fuck. Send.
His whole thing, he just rests on the Ren thing. He's just like, the movie's fine. I just don't understand why somebody could be named Ren.
I was waiting for Stimpy. It's stupid.
It's all right. I feel like I'm always waiting for Stimpy. I already got one more for you. 10 out of 10 stars. Fantastic. My son loves it. Written by Hot Lips 200. January 20th, 2009. My 20-month-old son loves Footloose. He first watched when he was 6 months old, and now watches it 2 to 3 times a day.
And he remembers all of it. He's quoting lines all the time.
Get ready. It's fantastic. And he dances every time it's on.
Oh,
and follows the steps that they perform.
Wow, this kid's going to be a force.
He knows Footloose is about to start. He knows where we go. No, I don't care about you. Get out of your updates, stupid iPad. There we go. He performs them. He knows Footloose is about to start as soon as the Paramount Pictures logo comes up on the screen. I recently had to buy another copy of this movie as he had worn the first one out.
What VHS in the year of our Lord 2009? Or
I think she's talking about wearing out this standard def DVD.
Wow.
He wore it out?
Yeah. See where this is? She's blaming a baby for wearing out a DVD.
Every night that baby just crawls out of the damn thing, comes down, and puts the tape. I get him at 3 a.m. every morning. I just catch him doing it.
This shit's unhinged. It gets even worse.
Oh, no.
Let's see. He also has a copy in his granddad's van.
What the fuck?
So he can watch it whilst out.
What is... Now, Sheila, you got to cut out the Footloose.
Just like Grandpa's sick of it.
Are you kids in my TV van again?
You get out of that TV van, you find any of them tapes with no stickers on it now.
Look, I'm drawing the line, Esther. I'm not getting a copy of Footloose for the bathroom. Not doing it. I'm sorry.
That's so weird. If there was ever a remake of this film, wait 2 years, Hot Lips, they did it. I'm
Correct.
sure my son would love it just as much as the original one. I think it's amazing that a film from the 80s can please a 20-month-old baby.
As am I.
As is everyone in this room. It amazed me and my family, and I hope he will continue to like it a long time yet. We've been We Hate Movies from New York City, Nashville.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much
Thank
for
you
coming
all.
out.
Thank you very much.
You've been awesome. We will see you next time. Good night.
Thank you, guys.